Hi, my name's Martina. I'm an enterprise coach on the Pathways project. In this video, we're going to explore what it might look like if you're thinking about starting a business. If you're watching this, there's a good chance that idea has already crossed your mind. And for many people, it doesn't arrive all at once. It tends to build gradually over time. You might find yourself thinking about it more often, noticing opportunities, or becoming more aware of what you enjoy doing and where your strengths are. And if that's happening for you, it's a really positive place to be. For most people, the journey into business starts quite quietly. It might begin with noticing something that could be improved, or recognizing that you have a skill that others value. It might simply be that you're becoming more aware of the possibility of working for yourself. You don't need to have a fully formed idea at this stage. Sometimes the most important thing is simply allowing yourself to be curious and to explore what might be possible. That curiosity is often the very beginning of something meaningful. One of the most helpful things to understand early on is that you don't need to be in a perfect position to begin. You don't need to feel completely confident. You don't need to have experience. And you don't need to have everything figured out. Many people start by learning as they go. They explore an idea, take small steps, and gradually build confidence through experience. So if you're at that stage of thinking and exploring, you're already moving in the right direction. Another really valuable thing to think about is what's drawing you towards the idea of starting a business. For some people, it's flexibility and having more control over their time. For others, it's creating something of their own or building something that reflects their interests and strengths. Sometimes it's about solving a problem or doing work that feels more meaningful. There isn't a right or wrong reason. What matters is understanding what matters to you. Because when you're clear on that, it becomes much easier to shape something that fits your life. One of the most positive aspects of starting a business is how much you grow through the process. As you begin exploring an idea, you naturally develop new skills. You become more confident making decisions, more comfortable speaking about your ideas, and more aware of what you're capable of. That growth doesn't happen all at once. It builds gradually through small steps, new experiences, and learning as you go. And over time, you start to see how far you've come. That sense of growth is one of the most rewarding parts of building something of your own. Starting a business doesn't have to be a big or overwhelming step. It can begin in a very simple way. You might start by exploring an idea, having a few conversations, or trying something small to see how it feels. Starting in a manageable way allows you to learn without pressure. It gives you space to understand what works for you and how you want to move forward. And often that gradual approach leads to something much stronger over time. It's also important to think about what success looks like for you. Success can mean different things to different people. For some, it's flexibility. For others, it's financial growth. For others, it's independence or doing work they genuinely enjoy. There isn't one definition, but the most fulfilling businesses are the ones that support the life you want to build. Take a moment to think about what's brought you here. What interests you about starting a business? What kind of life do you want your work to support? And what would success look like for you? You don't need to have all the answers right now. Just thinking about these things is a really valuable step. If the idea of building something of your own feels interesting or energizing, that's a really positive place to begin. You don't need everything figured out, as clarity develops as you explore, learn, and take small steps forward. And sometimes the most important step is simply allowing yourself to see what might be possible. Thanks for watching. I hope this has given you something useful to think about as you explore your own ideas. There's also a short worksheet that goes alongside this video if you'd like to work through your thoughts and start thinking about your next steps.